find Teresa over at Fresh and Renewed, where the scissors are snipping and the glue sticks groove. She's got paper and stickers, a colorful stash, from lemons to bees. She's making it last. The seashore's calling in pattern delight. She's crafting away through the day and the night.
Hello, my crafty friends. This is Teresa. Welcome back to Fresh and Renewed with Teresa. Today is the first Tuesday in September, and Danny and I are going to continue our Tuesday collabs. We have called them something different the past 2 months, but just for, because we're going to continue them and do them every month. So we're going to change up the name, and the new name is Tuesday Fun with Teresa and Danny. So that is what we're going to do, and we will have a theme each month. And so the theme for this month is fall. Now, with the products I'm going to show you, you would think that the theme is coffee, but Not Too Shabby just released a fabulous release just yesterday that is all coffee themed, but it's fall coffee themed. So I just want to show you what products I use for my cards, and then I want to give a little plug for the monthly paper pad club. If you are not a paper pad club member, you can join the paper pad club this month, and if you click on the frequency and subscribe and ask for monthly, you can also ask for I Want It All. And if you do the I Want It All bundle, you receive the paper pad, which I'll show in a second. You receive the stamp set, and you receive the ephemera, and you receive, but I couldn't put my hands on it, guys. I'm so sorry, but I will place a picture of it right here. You can receive, for subscribing for September, an exclusive stamp set, a bonus stamp set that you can only get as a subscriber. So anyhow, this is what I've used for my cards today. I used Boho Autumn. This is one of the paper pads in the club. So I used Boho Autumn. It's a really just beautiful twigs and florals and leaves and patterns that are kind of fallish themed. And I love it. I'm just going to kind of fan them out here because mine are all mixed up, and I don't have all of them in here. So it's just a beautiful palette. And this month, I put some bonus sentiments on the back side. If you don't know, I do the designing of the paper pads for Not Too Shabby, and most of the ephemera. Sometimes Jamie helps out and does that. So, and for the bonus sentiments, you will get this sheet that you can, and they're designed so you can just cut them out in squares, or you could use a square die, I could not think of that word, to cut these out. So and use those as a sentiment. Now the sentiments are all coffee themed. So anyhow, that is the paper pad. And then this ephemera is chock full of critters and trees and just stuff. And there's a whole bunch of little ones, and you'll see why that I did what I did. So I have that. Then I used the paper pad, the stamp of the month, and I use this sentiment: leaves are falling, coffee is calling. So, and I took a little hint from Danny. Well, I mean, she didn't tell it tell it to me, but I notice in her videos, she always has her cards face down. And I'm always just trying to cover up my cards, and sometimes I show them and don't want to. Well, hey, just turn them upside down. So I'm going to put these aside and turn these upside down, right side up, one at a time. So I used the same sketch for all 4 cards, but used different ephemera and used up these elements differently. I'll get to them in just a second. So I used a stitched rectangle die that was the full card front size to cover my card front. And this looks crooked to me. It looks crooked holding it that way, but I don't think it is. So, and then when I cut this out with the stitched rectangle die, this piece was left over. This is the back side of this piece. So I just trimmed it into a straight line and used that. And then these are some Love from Lizzie peel-offs. And these little doily dies, I wish there was a bigger one. But I happened to see one day my friend and a not too shabby, very loyal customer, Blossom, had these little tiny doily dies. And I asked her, where did you get those? Because y'all know I love some doilies. I use use Doodlebug doilies all the time. Not Too Shabby carries those Doodlebug doilies because I told her, you need to carry those Doodlebug doilies so I can start linking to them. And so anyhow, however, Doodlebug designs, if you know Doodlebug, most of their colors are bright and they don't have, you know, fallish looking colors. So that's why I wanted these little doily dies. I do wish they were bigger though. So I thought, well, this ephemera has some very small critters. So I could do a couple of doily pieces on there and then use the smaller critters. So that is what I did. So I cut out 6 doilies, and from each pattern. I used the green little plaid pattern, and there's a tanned little plaid pattern in there. And I know you can't see a whole lot of that one, but you can, you know, you can tell. And then I put one of them on the inside for the inside element. So, and then that's where I use Leaves Are Falling, Coffee is Calling. And that was, I used that same sentiment on all of the cards. And here is my second card. I used a little fox and some of the trees. Again, I used the smaller elements in the ephemera because they just went nicely on those little doilies. Use that doily on the inside. And then this one. And all of the papers except for one of them. Let me see if I can peek at, I think it's this one. This one. All of the cards except for this one have the strip is the back side of that card. The back side of this card, and I will, as the paper designer, I will start watching this more carefully. This did not really go, the back side of this paper didn't really go with the front side at all. I didn't think. So anyhow, I'll start making sure I pay attention to that. So that is what I did for here. So I pulled in, where did I get this from? This was the back side of one of these, the doily pieces. So that's where I got the strip for this card. And then again, this is the back side of this one for this card. There's my 2 little doilies and my little rabbit and mushroom. And then my doily on the inside. And then this is, and I used enamel dots, those magical enamel dots from Not Too Shabby. I used coffee, the cream and coffee ones. I'll link those down below too if I can find them. And then I have my 2 little doilies Leaves are falling, coffee is calling. And I cut that one a little differently. So those are my 4 cards for today. So thank you so much for joining me. Do not forget, and I should, well, I did mention it at the beginning, do not forget to go see what Danni has for you today, and make sure that you comment on her video, and you comment on my video, and you comment on the video where I introduce this month's prizes. So just make sure that you do that, and because there'll be another prize at the end of September. So thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
Pattern delight. She's crafted